blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello and welcome to According to Courtney. I am Courtney West. If this is your first time with us, I am a full spectrum doula, birth nerd, and birth advocate. And if you're coming back, thanks so much for coming. On According to Courtney, we usually talk about anything that's birth related, Black maternal health, or anything in between that I just find interesting. Today's a little different. As you see, I usually have a guest, but today it's about me just talking to you guys. This particular show is actually 2 weeks late. I wanted to do this while we were still in 2025. So happy New Year to everyone. But I was laid out. RSV is rampant and real down here in Florida, and it's crazy. So I want to, really just kind of have a conversation with everybody and see, how y'all really showing up and how are you doing? Because I want to, kind of hold space for everybody, including myself. Let's start off. 2025 was a what the fuck moment, like just straight to it. What the fuck? I feel like for myself and a lot of people around me and everyone else, like 2025, like whooped everybody's ass, whooped your ass in a hardcore way because I feel like we really found out so much about so many things around us and how everything's going. So here's something that I never do is like I'm not a ranter. I may rant outside of my life, but inside, according to Courtney, it's just never been my thing. But I feel like today is a sit down and hold on type of day. Usually I say have a cup of tea or something stronger and ride this ride out. But this one I'm going to just do a straight no chaser today. I feel like 2025 did something to all of us. I feel like the last few years we have all been just trying to struggle and make it. I have never in my life paid so much for freaking eggs in my life. I worried about gas, the safety of my children, the safety of the people around me, because everything has been so fucking crazy. I feel like it's been nothing but what else, what next? And it's just been a continuation of that over and over and over again. I feel like so many people are tired. We are tired. We are tired and tired and tired. I feel like as with my generation, and I am in, and I'm proud to say 38. And it has been a point of me talking to my friends and people around me where we're all like, what is happening here? Like, what is happening here? We go to work. We try to provide for our families. And I feel like you just can't get ahead. Like everything has tripled in cost. Trying to just have anything from health insurance to simply things are just been feeling like nothing is available right now. Everything has been so crazy. And I have just like can just use myself. Um, this last year was one of the rawest years, and I thought like 2024 was intense and was bad because due to the hurricanes we got displaced, we had to move, we had to do everything. But I feel like 2025 came like a freaking freight train. For me and my family, like the beginning of 2025 was hit with craziness from, medical illness and sickness. And for myself, I was in a horrible car crash in February that I was told that I would never nurse or do birth work again. And I had to really sit in what that looks like. I've always been the person that like helps everybody else. I can move through my pains no matter what was going on with me. I was always able to show up for everybody else. And I realized by being injured how much I carry other people who did not carry me. I feel like in 2025, that was the most painful lesson in my life, that I realized people that I loved, who were my family or people who I thought of as family, really weren't shit. They really didn't love or care about me at all. They really are. It's like, if I can't use you up and suck you dry, you are worthless to me. And it was like the biggest smack in the face, because as a nurse and as a entrepreneur, I've always, been on top of my game. I've always had money. I've always been able to help other people. But when I was really in need, like on going to physical therapy 7 days a week, trying to having to still take care of myself, everything else, and then I wasn't even healed and had to go work in a whole different space to provide for my family. And it was all on me. And there was nothing, not even, oh, are you okay? Oh, do you need anything? It was like, oh, well, you can't show up to the next party. Oh, you can't be there for me. And you're not a real person. And I was just like, what what is happening right now? And I noticed it on so many levels, and so many people were really seeing stuff they never thought before or never thought would be a thing. um Even in a political sense. And politics, I have talked about but dance around a lot, because of trying to never shift one way too much or the next, even though I am a very vocal person about activism and things like that. But I feel like this year in particular, you got to see people in a different way. You got to see the snakes in people. I feel like with having assassinations of people and content creators, you got to see really how people really feel about you. And I felt like this overwhelming feeling of sick. Like, these could be people you work with, known forever, and you find out that their rhetoric is that they really don't like you. They don't respect you. If you're a person of color, they really don't care about your life. They really don't care if you're really okay or not. It is okay that someone can say that you are worthless, you're stupid, you have no education, and you don't deserve to be in this space, and that they really feel like this. These are people who worked at nonprofit organizations. These are people who I had were mentors. I had some people who are friends, and I'm just looking at them, because I feel like in this year, politics have kind of turned on its head, that it was no more like we can't have a conversation and can agree to disagree. It is more about, hey, how I see you as a person, you don't really matter. If you don't fall into this line, and if you're not American enough, or if you believe that your culture matters more, that you are not a good person. And that was just so crazy to me, that you can sit up and listen to people like, you really feel like this, or you're mourning someone who has such horrible rhetoric, and like, but on the flip side, if you were not mourning this person and you stayed quiet, or you minded your business, you were a problem. Well, why aren't you up in arms and upset? I said, about something. I said, why would I be upset about someone who had no value on my life? We've seen policy changes that are hitting in such a dramatic way, it makes your head spin. Between me living in Florida, it is crazy, between the education system here, that it is no longer safe really to have your children in public school, and the rhetoric that they're teaching. If you are a person of color, your history doesn't matter, and it's being erased around you. And you're supposed to sit back and be like, whoa, that's okay too. And if you're angry, if you speak out, you're the problem. And it is crazy to me that this is really a real thing right now. We're really doing this. This is really a space that we had to be in. Wow. Trying to just make it. When have we ever spent so much on eggs and groceries, or having to make the decisions of, are we going to feed our families or pay our bills? Can we afford to live where we are? I've never seen such an influx of so many people living in their cars in my life. And these are people who back in the day used to think making between $25 and $30 an hour was like you making it. You're really doing something. And now you're barely scratching the surface. Do you know if you're making around $50,000 to $60,000 a year, you're a little bit above the poverty line? Not really talking about what the real poverty line is, and that most people are making below that, and we are just not able to even function. Most of us are just holding on by the skin of our teeth, and yet we're still trying to keep up with the Joneses or try to act like everything is fine when it really isn't. I have not seen so many people have so many crash outs in my life, including myself. I have been sitting in a corner sometimes like, what is happening to my life? Yet you're still supposed to be pushing through. I could say for being in the medical system, now that we are not a medical profession. If you don't know, do your research. But now they have put in that social workers, teachers, um, healthcare professionals like nurse practitioners and nurses are not real professions. Let me break that down for you. So these are professions that one, we are the ones that advocate for people, and that these are women dominated professions, majority Black women dominated professions, where therefore we have been able to put ourselves in a better situation and able to raise our households up to be able to take care of our families and not make minimum wage. And so now saying that this is not a profession takes off the table getting plenty of grants and scholarships so that we can further our education. As a birth worker and a nurse who was planning to go back into school this year, that was the biggest punch in the gut on top of everything else. It is like when you're in healthcare and you're usually doing these types of jobs, it is not a job, it's your career, it's your pathway, it's how you see yourself in life, because you're like, I am a nurse, I am a healthcare provider, I am a healer, I'm a teacher. I am something that matters and that I give myself completely to people. And now the government is saying you are not worthy. What you do is no longer a career. What you do is not important. And what does that do to someone when you're already working 12, 4, sometimes 3 to 4 12-hour shifts? You get no sleep. You take everybody's trauma that is dumped on top of your body, and your job is to heal that person when you can't even heal yourself. And the little bit of respect that you had is gone. And what does that do to a person? It makes you feel like, what am I doing? Here in Florida and other places around the country, ICE is real and raiding all over. We are living in a state of fear. If you've never seen ICE agents come in and swap down something, you ain't seen nothing yet. You might see videos of it, but to watch a whole area scream and be fearful in a way is something frightening. It is frightening. And I don't care how you feel about illegals or non-illegals. These are people who are here or not here, who are American citizens, are being shot in their faces, being dragged out by their ankles, and it's publicized for the world to see. And it's all from DC to Florida, all over. Like here in Florida, we had Alcatraz. We had our swamps were taken over to hold people's lives. This is in real time in 2025. People are looking around like, what is happening? Like every day you wake up, I feel like when you turn the TV on, you're thinking like, this cannot be real, but this is a reality show of horrors. And it's like, is it going to get any worse? And then you're like, I feels like 2025 was like, hold my beer. Let me show you what else I can do. People are tired. People were scared. People been bullied. People been kicked and hurt and broken. They say that 2025, if you use like the Chinese calendar, was the year of the snake, and that people were shedding their skins and showing who they really were. And that can be the most painful process of anything, because you might have known people forever. I can say myself, I have family, people I'll go to war for, people I love with all of me, have sacrificed so much for, really shed their skin and let me see who they really were, and told me to my face, I don't give a fuck about you by your actions or by straight up. I've had people that I just knew would have my back take money from me and look me in my face and have the audacity to be like, why would you think you should get it back? People sit up there and disrespect your peace and your surroundings, your children and everything, and understand like, why are you upset? I should be able to hurt you and use you because that's what you do. I say to my empathic people, I feel like my empaths, we've been going it, through it. Between the people you see around yourself and then how you see yourself, I could say for myself, I was like, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? It's got to be, because there is no way that all of this is happening. What did I do? What didn't I do right? Everything else, what is encompassing? Why is this happening? And having to do so much shadow work of like, maybe being a sweet, good person may not be the best thing for your mental health. Maybe being a people pleaser is doing you more harm than good. Maybe it's time to tell people they can go fuck themselves and leave you alone, and that you got to put yourself first. 2025, I think, was the lesson of, you know what? Bully era is real. People will bully you. People will harm you. People will throw jabs at you, and nowhere is safe. Like, I feel like the internet itself has become a frenzy of how bad you can push somebody's buttons. How bad can you poke at somebody and go for someone to see if they crack? How hard can we push someone, no matter what the narrative is, no matter what's going on? People are awful. And you have to be able to stand up and say, are you going to take this, or are you going to lay down and let it keep happening? I think in 2025, a lot of people just kept laying down because they just were hoping if they curled up in a little ball, the kicking would stop. The pain would stop. The grocery prices were going to get better. The economy was going to get better. Things are going to get better. Nah, didn't happen. They got worse. This is the first time in my life that I'm sitting down as a medical professional with no health care. What? Yes, there's so many of us. No health care. None. Why? Because if you had health care, because I had affordable health care. Why? Because it was made more sense. Doing work, especially a lot of people don't know, in home health, when you work in these places, these people do not give you health care. Isn't that crazy? You take care of people, you give them all your stuff, but they won't take care of you. So a lot of us carry our own. Now to the new changes of healthcare, it is no longer affordable. My insurance went from being $89 a month to $270 a month. And then out of pocket, most places, it just doesn't make any sense. So now we're all having to figure out what to do, eat right, go back to the ways that you knew beforehand. And that is a lot. I feel that so many people are out here just feel like you just trying to tread water. 2025 was like, we just trying to tread water, put your head up enough to just breathe, trying to take a full breath. And anytime you try to take a full breath, someone just punches you in the gut again. And you're like, when will the drowning end? And it was just like a series of that over and over and over again. And that you're constantly having to pivot, constantly having to move, constantly trying to figure out what's next, how to make it, how to make it, how to make it, how to make it, how to make it. So it's not even about living or thriving. It's about surviving, survival of the fittest. Or sometimes I feel like it's survival of whoever's taking the most medication at this point, okay? Just to numb yourself out enough just to be able to get through the next day. Because even if you have a crash out, you still got to get up the next day to go to work. Because guess what? If you don't, you're living paycheck to paycheck or moment to moment. If one big incident happens, you done. I know in Florida, we were praying to all the gods to get us through hurricane season, and we all made it without a fluke because we were still trying to bounce back from 2024 because we're all still traumatized. This is just a different time and a different place. 2025 for me was eye-opening. And it really allowed me to see people for who they really were. But on the flip side, to also see myself for who I really was and the things that I had to work on. I had to work on that I can't make everybody happy. It's not my job. It's not my job to be more motivated than other people to take care of their own health. I cannot sacrifice my health on the benefit of others. And I think that's very hard for empathic people and birth workers, especially because we go into this work to give and give and give. We want to advocate, we want to teach you, we want to make sure to keep you safe, but we are not keeping ourselves safe. We're not. We're not keeping ourselves safe. Most of us are not doing the work. We're not going to therapy. We're not doing the muscle work. And your body keeps score. Your body keeps score. Every time you're out and you're advocating, doing everything, the stress that comes with it, the fear that comes with it is different. Now, when you're speaking about injustices, you have a fear piece of, is someone going to come in to my space and shoot me for saying what you feel is needed? Is there ever a safe space? I can say for my conference I did, mini conference that if you look a few episodes about that we did at the Museum of Motherhood, it was the first time my mother sat down with me and told me, hey, there's going to be certain people in the audience that are there that we are going to be there, because she's ex-cop and ex-military. Hey, we sitting in certain spots because we are worried about your safety. And I was like, Mom, you tripping. She's like, no. I need to have this conversation with you. I am fearful for your life. I am fearful for you being in these public spaces, speaking about the truth for Black maternal health. I am worried for your safety. So certain family members or certain people are going to be in this audience because we want to make sure we holding it down for you. We need to make sure you go home. That was a realization where I really realized this is really real. And the people who showed up and were in those spaces for me, they were on alert, high alert. It was astounding to me to watch the people that I love, my own mama, sitting next to me, strapped like no games, not mine, not mine. My mother asked me, please don't do any more public speaking engagements for a long time. I prefer you not, because my nerves can't handle it. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's like, if you believe in really the people, you put a target on your head. And believing in the people is not just on this side of the realm, but on the other. There's ones who feel that making America great, they're going to stand 10 toes down on that. And that people on either side will come for you. That is what 2025 kind of taught me. It was like, bullying is real. Fear is real. Hurt is real. And hurt people do hurt things. And that we have to be mindful of it. And I feel like for a lot of us, like I definitely myself, you tired of being hurt. Tired. You just tired. You're just like, what else? What else is there? What else are you going to throw? What else do I have to endure to just make it? Just make it. And it's like, when does the breath come in? When does the connection come in? When is the camaraderie coming in? So for me, getting into the end of 2025, I was, like I said, wanted to make this post to be like, hey man, how y'all showing up? How we doing? It's okay. We getting to the end. We can hold each other's hand. We almost to the finish line. And you know what knocked me out? RSV. RSV is a respiratory viral infections that normally would happen to small children, not adults. And it has been rampant. I was in the hospital looking at children not able to walk. Bodies are just falling apart, and adults too can't breathe, can't move. And seeing it in a president's way, like it was hitting like COVID. And it was crazy to me. And so with me getting it, it was like, whoa. I had to look at it on an energetic level, that it's like, you know what? Spirit is saying, stop. Stop. You can't do nothing. You got to lay up. In those 2 weeks of laid upness, I have gotten some of the worst phone calls from people that I knew who needed help, who their lives were falling apart. And they're like, help me, Courtney, help me, help me, help me. Couldn't do nothing for them. Couldn't do nothing for them. I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can hold space for you, but I can barely do that because I can barely breathe myself. I had to realize at the end of 2025 that, like in a air, when you're going on a plane and they tell you, you got to put your mask on first before you do the child next to you. That was my lesson. I can't put the mask on for anybody else first. I had to put the mask on myself and hold myself accountable, hold myself first. I had to tell people that I loved, I am sorry you're going through this, but I cannot do this with you right now. I have to take care of myself. I'm so sorry you going through that, but I don't have time for this. I need to take a nap. Mm, you broke, you ain't got no money. Well, guess what? I ain't got none either. So I ain't got nothing for you. And let people really show them how they felt about that. I just watched and let people go left and right. Or people that you supposed to link up and be with, and because you suffering and dying, I ain't heard from some of them people still because I couldn't benefit them. And through this, I learned for this year, in 2026 is the year of the horse. If you, again, Chinese astrology is a fun thing. The year of the horse means that you are going to gallop through. You're going to reinvent, recreate, and move forward, but you're moving with grace and with dignity and with strength in yourself. This is also the AKA villain era. What does the villain really mean in this type of thought process? Villain as in it has been vilified to be selfish. Being selfish when you are raised the way I was, that you're to give to everyone else, to your community, everyone else. You're supposed to put the community, your children, your spouse, everyone before your needs. And to be selfish makes you a bad person. Caring about self is a bad quality to have. I was talking to someone I love very dearly who's younger than me. And she was like, I always get picked on by my family because they say I'm so selfish. And I'm like, well, I need you to think of it this way. You're not even 30 years old. You have no kids. You have no husband. Why not be selfish? What's wrong with that? Don't be selfish until your socks fall off. Go take trips. Dive into yourself. Save your money. Don't commit to something that is not meant for you yet. Make sure when you do commit to yourself. Make sure you put you first. That is a gift. And she's like, no one's ever told me that. I said, I wish someone would have told me that. I've been committed to someone since I was 19 years old. I became a mother at 19. Well, got pregnant at 19, had a baby at 20. I have literally committed myself to someone else. And I'm watching this person about to graduate from high school. And it took that click of 2025 to realize, whoa, I've given my whole life to someone else. And I've always given my life to other people. In the villain era, it is okay to be like, nah, it's about me. Nah, I'm not going to make all these sacrifices for other people and other things. Now, let me clarify. Always be there when it comes to your kids. You be there, we show up, we do what we need to do. But it's okay to be selfish about your peace. It is okay to say, nah, I ain't doing that. It is okay to be like, you know what? I'm not going to put myself in debt for Christmas while I'm still trying to do everything else. It doesn't make me a bad person. It don't make me a bad parent. It don't make me a bad nothing. Hey, I'm going to do what I need to do. It is okay to say, nah, I'm not available for your bullshit today. I'm not available to take on everything you need to take. Even in relationships, it is always taught that it's supposed to be 50-50, or a woman's supposed to submit and do all of this and this, that, and the other. But what if ain't nobody submitting to you? What if you're not getting what you need? It is okay to be selfish, to be like, nah, I ain't taking your shit. I've watched so many people I know get divorced in 2025. Relationships end in 2025 because so many people are shedding skins and people are seeing people for who they really are. And that can be the most painful, hurtful part of anything, especially when you've given so much and poured so much into somebody and you realize they don't really see you at all, or they just use you as a benefit. It's okay to walk away and say, nah, this ain't for me. It's okay to put me first, life first, my needs first. You matter. And I always preach that, is that you matter. But at this time, you need to really matter. Moving into 2026, you got to matter. And also know that you ain't got to be bullied by nobody or nothing. You can stand 10 toes down and be like, nah, no more. Nah, I ain't with this shit. I got enough on my plate and I ain't gonna eat no more because I ain't taking it. And it'd be okay. And it'd be okay. It's okay to cry. I know in a lot of communities, I know in mine growing up, it was always taught crying was frowned upon. Crying is, I was taught that Black women are supposed to cry in the dark. You're not supposed to let anyone see you cry and let anyone see you sweat because you were supposed to carry the world on your shoulders. And if you were conceived as weak, that means that you are seen as being vulnerability. Vulnerability is a weakness. I feel like on my show, I am very vulnerable. It's very painful for me sometimes. It can be very difficult, but that I feel like that is my shadow work to do. My job is to be vulnerable enough so that you guys can be vulnerable enough to be able to have these conversations and be like, it's okay to crash out sometimes. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay that we are all out here yelling and screaming and kicking and punching pillows, and it'd be okay. And that you don't have to be perfect all the time, because I know for myself, I have spent the last 38 years refining perfection of making sure that I was what everybody else wanted me to be so that I could be loved and seen. And that was like the realest lesson of real this year, that I was like, damn, if I'm not perfect, no one will love me. If I don't have everything all together, I'm not valuable. Someone won't want me, and unless they could use me up. And that was real. But it took some shit to really look at, like, damn, it's really been true throughout my life. If I can't use you, or you're not giving me something, if I can't give you something, then there's no love there. And then when by me not being able to give or choosing not to give, how people showed up. And then they realize that, you know what, maybe this is not your people, and maybe that's okay. So what I have decided in 2026, and what I implore other people to do, is be the villain. Think about all your favorite villains. Cruella de Vil. What was her thing? She loved her puppy. She loved her furs. Why? Because her furs gave her things. Now, did she kill other animals to do it? Yeah, she did. But you know what? It didn't matter. It was about self. I wanted this, and to also show I could have whatever I wanted. So she did it. If you go and look at Hercules and you look at the villain in that, what was it? He wanted power. He wanted domination at all costs. He didn't care. I'm going to get it no matter what. Everybody else did it. Cool. Scar. Let's talk about Scar. Scar for Lion King. If you watch the other movie, you realize he got done dirty the whole time. So were you really a villain, or did people make you into a villain? After a while, when you got just tired of everybody's shit, you were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me do this right here. I encourage it. I do. And this year is my villain era. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make it through and make sure that I'm okay and that my children are okay. Everything else is second nature here. I need my mental health to be okay. I need my physical health to be okay. I need my spiritual health to be okay. And I don't care who it pisses off, angers, or upsets. It don't matter, because guess what? It didn't matter when they didn't care about mine. So why should I care about yours? And that be okay. That'd be okay. I will still show up like I'm supposed to for my clients and the people that I love that deserve it. Key words. You heard that? Deserve it. Deserve it. Because if someone is not going to treat you the way that you deserve or give you what you need to, cut it off. Why? Don't hold on to nothing that ain't going to serve you or is holding on to you. And why are they holding on to you? If someone is holding on to you because they need you, needing someone and wanting someone is two completely different things. If someone needs you because they can't make it without you, or they use you for everything it's worth because that's how they use, vampires are real. Vampires are real in a way that they may not suck your blood, but they'll suck your energy and they'll suck your soul and they'll take whatever they can for you. Cut the energy, the vampires off. Wear garlic at all times. Be untouchable in those ways. Don't let nobody use you unless you choose that you want to be used. And that's the journey you want to take. You ain't got to do that no more. We ain't got to do that in 2026. 2026 is about to be real interesting. So I tell you now, buckle up, buttercup. And you want to have all your gears going and in line, because right now you need to be ready. Do I know what the next year is going to hold? I don't know, but we starting off on a heavy foot already, and we got to see how that rolls. I know for the birth working community, we are sitting here boo-hoo crying and holding space because we are losing a lot of people that we've loved. I want to hold space, and a lot of people are using this as a buzzword, and I ain't here for that. Is Dr. Janelle Green Smith. She was an amazing, beautiful midwife. She's a nurse practitioner, midwife who gave her life to Black maternal health. She was a she should still be here. If you haven't heard, know that Janelle Green Smith was this amazing midwife who worked in Black maternal health. Came in to become She was in the healthcare system, saw the disparities, saw the issues, and became a midwife and a nurse practitioner to help people. She was in her 30s. She is like the goat of what we all wanted to be. And she lost her life giving birth to her first child. How we sitting in 2026? And the medical system failed her. The medical system failed her. She was this bright light doing this amazing work. And I want to hold space for her because I'm crying for her, because I hold space for her husband. I hold space for her baby. Because she should be here. She can be here. And let's hold and give pause for that. As a nurse and a Black birth worker, to hear this beautiful woman who's dedicated her life to Black maternal health, knew the statistics, was super educated, super smart, married, beautiful, doing the normal things, having her first baby, the most joyous moment, and she didn't get to go home. She didn't get to go home. And when I said the internet is an evil place, do you know white women are capitalizing off of this? There's literally a nonprofit that made a GoFundMe that stole thousands and thousands of dollars under the death of her name. People using her as clickbait to make sure that they feel seen and heard. So it's something to talk about. We know the people who've been working this work, we know that Black women died 3 to 4 times their counterparts. We know, we've been screaming this, advocating this for life. She should not be here. And it's like, you can't even mourn properly for your fallen sisters because people want to turn it into, well, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. There's no fucking reasons for it at all. She should be here. And I feel like that's the hardest part for Black birth workers, when you know, and we know it's not safe. It ain't been safe for us, but it's even more unsafe when you know the work, because unlike other people, we have to think about this as Black women. When you walk in there, you know that they don't see you. It don't matter your education. It doesn't matter what you do and how you say and how you show up, because they still not listening. They don't care. And now keep in mind, nurses aren't medical professionals. So, and you really, some of them really don't give a fuck. And then what you have to think about, which is a scary thought, because she did know the work, because she knew how to advocate, did they come for her more than they would go for the rest? Because that does happen as well. When you work in the skills and you work in that space, you feel like you have a bigger target on your back. I know so many Black birth workers that we talk about all the time, like, we ain't having kids right now. It is not safe for us to have kids. And if you get pregnant, you have the mixture of happiness and fear. That's what it is to birth in America as a Black woman. You're afraid, usually first, before we can celebrate. Because going in to give birth in the hospital is not a glamorous situation. You are praying to God that you walk out the next day and that you get to hold your baby and raise your baby. Or you're so fearful from the stress that's being put on you that your child's going to end up in NICU, or you both ain't going to make it. That's like a real deal life thing of being a Black woman in there. But especially if you're a Black birth worker who is open and vocal about what you know you're supposed to need, It makes a difference. It really does. And you'll see how much people really don't care about your health and safety. We, as Black women and Black families, you need to really look at what we doing right now when we're having babies. Because we losing people who ain't never need to be lost. We've been losing Black women. We've been losing Black babies. But right now, the medical system is turned on its head. We don't have enough staff. We are having doctors that are coming out who ain't been taught nothing. They don't know anything. And they are taught that your voice does not matter. Your pain is not real. You're just naturally loud and obnoxious. You need to be prepared. And with this family and the passing of this amazing, beautiful woman, I feel for her family because I'm pretty sure they did everything they were supposed to do. And still, they don't have their wife to bring home. Someone has lost their mama. We have lost a sister, we have lost a colleague, but more importantly, someone has lost their wife and their mama. Life will never be the same for them. And that is the real of what this is right now. So when I say be the villain, don't let nobody hurt you. You got to be really, really not just prayed up, but smart. You got to do your education, do all your things, and see what is meant for you. And even then, you still might not be safe. That's what we're walking into right now. And people need to understand that so that you can move accordingly. Because this shit out here is real. This pain is real. The dangers are real. Even walking down the street, you don't know someone's going to come and frisk you down and ask for your stuff. Keep your licenses and everything on you. Doesn't mean it's going to keep you safe, because if you look a certain kind of way, they still may stop you. And it's not just Hispanic people no more. They coming for anybody who don't fit the quote. You might be Black, you may be white. A white woman just lost her life in Minnesota. So you need to be aware of what is happening around you. Do your research, do your due diligence, and be the villain in your own story. So be like, nah, you ain't gonna touch me. Nah, I'm gonna have my stuff together. That is where the space we are in. So I encourage everybody to put yourself first. Take care of yourself. Take care of your people. And that this is a time that you find your people and really see. What I can say, yeah, a lot of people showed me who they were, but in good ways too. I also saw who was really there for me. Like who was really there for me this year. And the ones who are really there, who's shown up, who brought meals, who've been there, who hold space for me, I thank you. I thank you. I thank my audience. I thank you, the viewers, to get me to keep showing up, because there's been many a times where I just didn't want to show up no more. Didn't have a voice, didn't feel like I had anything else to say, because I just felt being silent was safer. Not this year. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Because I realized this year people are vicious, they're evil, and they're mean. But guess what? I'm still showing up because I am in charge of me. I will put me first. And anything about God is not for my greater good will not prosper here. And I encourage y'all to do the same. I encourage people to really dive into what makes you you. Use this year to be creative. Use this year to bring out your best self. Use your gifts. Use your talents. Whatever you got that only you hold, you wear it on your chest and you push it as hard as you got, because you have to build stuff up for yourself. The people who can't play in the sandbox with you, build your own fucking sandbox. And then tell them they don't have access to it. It's okay. Everybody don't got to eat at your table, especially if you are the table, the plates, the chairs, the meat, the potatoes, all the vegetables, the sides, and the good whiskey and Hennessy. You are all those things. And don't forget it. And then if they can't afford to sit at your table, don't let them. They ain't got to do that no more. We ain't got to be that person no more. That person need to be dead and gone. I feel like 2026 is the Phoenix year. You were burnt to a crisp and dried up last year. You coming out the ashes this year. You coming out swinging. Nobody's safe. You want some, come get some. So I encourage you all to hold space for yourselves, for your families. Learn some things, do some things, old ways, old habits. Let's get, if the habit does not serve you anymore, get rid of it. Find something new. Shit, you want to save some money on some stuff? Learn how to do something, an old skill. Learn how to make some bone broth. Learn how to make some sourdough. Get back to the basics. Get back to whatever simple things can bring you peace. If that's going out to the woods and walking, go do that. Wear an orange vest because you never know. But go do that. Put yourself out there. If you want to go sit by the water, go do that. If you want to take that trip to Bali that's been on your heart forever, go do that. Go do it. Go do something that's going to serve your purpose for the greater good. Go do that. Don't let nobody else stop you. Don't let nobody stop you. You don't have enough money in the bank. What skill set you got that you can add to it? Shit, this the year sometimes you're going to have to do some stuff you don't like to do so you can get onto the greater things you can do. Take advantage of the chaos and see how you can profit off of it. But at the same time, stay 10 toes down on your peace with it. So that is the 2025 end and 2026 beginning, according to Courtney Rant this year. So I just been having that on my chest for a minute, and I just feel like I know I'm not the only one, and just wanted to have a space for other people to see. I see you. I see you. I am sitting here drinking Henny with you. I see you. I am holding space with you, baby. It is hard, but we're going to get through it. We will. We are going to get through this, and I want us to get through it in a different way. I don't want us to get through it through harm and trauma this year. I want us to get through it. We have our boundaries intact. We move in efficiency. We're moving tactically. We're moving in strength. That's what I want to see out of this year. I want to see us all thrive this year. I know it's going to be hard, and I know we're going to have some stumbling blocks, and we may have to cut people off that we have loved forever. But if it's about your peace, it don't matter. Peace over everything this year. Peace above anything this year is the gift that I am hoping to give myself, and I hope that you guys give yourselves as well. I love y'all. I want the best for y'all. And I hope that we can get some hope. And for my birth workers, I see y'all. If we hurting right now from the passing of our sister, hurting that, sitting that, but think about that. Let's move carefully with that and take care of each other right now. This ain't the time to cut each other apart. Let's hold space for each other, but also see and tell our clients what it really is right now, and that we need to be careful when we move in these spaces. We need to be aware of what is happening in these spaces, be aware of how we move and what we say, be 10 tones down by what it is, but also understand what that means. This is our space. This is our time. Year of the horse. Let's gallop and run with it. I say to you guys, I love y'all. I see y'all. I respect y'all. And that we're going to get through 2026. So if you hear, subscribe, share, because we sounding off this year. Take no prisoners this year. We about that life this year. I love you. I'll see you next Saturday. Take care.
The beginning and no end, and middle ground till spin. We're moving, trust in the universe. You say, don't you let nothing stand in the way. We're winning. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow offset the dark from night. We're gleaming, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing, prude clicks and passers-by can't dream life beyond the skies. They're losing, soft lips behind the lies, hate resting in their eyes. They're scheming, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing. Hey, yeah, me, yeah, ba-da-da, ocean. Sweet, do-dee-dee, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-doo-ba. Yeah, yeah, me, yeah, ba-da-da, ocean.